Hey guys, this is Dustin Shaw coming at you again with another review. Now, the fragrance I am talking about is one by a house that gets a lot of flack. I know back in the day I wore some of their fragrances in high school and a little bit out of high school, but this one is no exception. This one is a fantastic winter cheapie. I wouldn't call it a cheapie, a fantastic winter fragrance. And it's right in that 60 or less range. But the fragrance I'm talking about is Diesel Bad Intense. Now this is a eau de parfum. Now this one on me doesn't act like an eau de parfum. It projects like eau de toilette. So this is an absolute beast on my skin. Now in the top notes, you're gonna get nutmeg, cinnamon, bergamot. Middle note, this is interesting, caviar. And base notes, white tobacco, and woody notes. Now, what do I get? I don't get a whole lot of the nutmeg or cinnamon. I do get the bergamot, and the bergamot in this comes across slightly zesty, but like almost musky in how it comes across. And there is an underlying like slightly C note, which I'm assuming is the caviar. Now, where I do get the nutmeg and cinnamon, it's not heavy, but I get it a little bit more towards the dry down. Now, on skin, I get 8 hours and then some. And in the dry down, it gives off this slightly almost white floral with a little creaminess and a spice. Now, I'm surprised there is no tonka bean in this, but seeing white tobacco, I'm reminded of anybody who's been into cigars. I've been into cigars. Like a difference between a real heavy, heady tobacco and more of like a soft, more of what they call a Connecticut wrapper. Now, a Connecticut's gonna come across more nutty and creamy. So I think that might possibly be what they were going for in this. Now, I think this is a sexy fragrance. I think it's something that could be mass appealing. It's one of my girlfriend's favorite fragrances that I have on me. For me, it's gonna be straight, more cooler months. So it's gonna be more fall, winter, and cooler spring days. I would say you could pull this off on summer nights, possibly, but it is it's a beast. On me it is. Now, could you dress it up? I think you could absolutely dress this up. I think you could dress it up, I don't know, black tie cord, but like an Oxford, or a button up, or as casual as you want. I think you could definitely pull it off. Now, as far as a ranking, now in the ranking for performance, I'm gonna give this an 8.5. So I get right in that 8 to 9 hour range. And so for me, it's that first hour to 2 hours. It's slightly above average projection. And it never really stops projecting until right around the 6 hour mark on me. But even up to that 6 hour mark, it's right at the 3 hour mark, you're about average in projection, but it hangs in the air very well. But right at that 6 hour mark is when it starts. It doesn't become a full skin scent, but you have a nice little scent bubble, at least around me, right to that 7 hour mark, and at 8 hour mark is when I am really just starting to smell that white tobacco in the woods and a slight spice. And that stays on my skin till about 9.5 hours. So this is one that I definitely recommend. Now, versatility, it's gonna take a little bit of a ding because of how thick this fragrance is and how heavy it wears. But for what it is, I'm still gonna give it an 8 because it's a great smelling fragrance, and I haven't had anything that has a note of caviar. But now for me in my collection, I've been wearing this quite a bit in the cooler months. Out here in Oregon, it's been right around high 20s to mid 30s in the morning, and then throughout the day it doesn't usually get above 50 and a little rainy, but this performs great in that weather. So for me, this is definitely an 8 out of 10 fragrance. It's one that's going to always be in my winter rotation in the cooler months. So I definitely recommend it. Go check this one out, guys. Talk to you later.